Yeah, how dare you talk about mamas? Yeah, your mama in the grave, yeah, dig her up, they put her under. By my mama, bitch, I'm on.
I'll stream that new T.I., man, that new right one, that shit on fire. Tip, we want to see them old schools at the car show. ATL, let Tip know after y'all stream that shit hot.
Now this is where things start getting real spicy. Tia Kemp reportedly told King Harris and the Harris family they might want to slow things down and step back from the loud public back and forth with 50 Cent.
Auntie, what you think about 50 and the Harris family? Oh man, it's hilarious. But y'all know 50 ain't done. He's calculated. He's calculated.
On the surface, it sounds like simple advice, but many people think her warning carries more weight than it first appears. Over time, King Harris has been linked to old reports and bold claims that lit up social media and pushed the topic into major online debates. The noise got so big that 50 Cent even addressed the situation during interviews. What makes Tia Kemp's message different is her background, because this is not someone speaking with zero connection to 50 Cent. Recently resurfaced clips and media talk point out that Tia Kemp and 50 Cent have had professional links going back years.
Let me tell you what my opinion. Let me get my opinion on this. What people's not understanding. Let me tell you a little bit about 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, 2 quarters, $50, 50. Listen, let me tell you about.
That history gives her warning a whole different vibe and has people online raising eyebrows. Some watchers believe her comments hint that she understands how 50 Cent moves behind the scenes, maybe even better than the public expects. In a lot of online discussions, some users even speculate that her view might come from being close to people in his circle at some point, which only makes the situation look more interesting to fans watching the drama unfold. Still, it is important to note that there is no verified proof confirming any current partnership or ongoing affiliation between Tia Kemp and 50 Cent. To be clear, there are still no confirmed reports showing that Tia Kemp is officially connected to 50 Cent's team in any formal way.
The man is beyond music, okay? So all of these old artists that's coming out with their new music.
Even so, with old media clips and past moments between them popping back up online, viewers have started debating what her comments really mean. Some people think her words come from personal insight, while others believe it could simply be loyalty showing through. Either way, the renewed attention has pushed the conversation all over social media. Now the spotlight is shifting toward public opinion. A lot of viewers are asking the same question. Is Tia Kemp genuinely trying to give King Harris some guidance, or could her past link to 50 Cent be shaping how she sees the situation? At the same time, others online have pointed out that her remarks might come across as indirectly supporting 50 Cent's position, even if that was not her intention. There is still no verified proof suggesting any official alignment, but that has not stopped the speculation from spreading across the internet.
They need to let it go. They need to just promote their music and leave that man alone. He's not entitled to do a versus. He's beyond music now. He's in film and television, okay? Music doesn't move him anymore.
The debate picked up even more when Tia Kemp publicly reacted to comments reportedly made by King Harris about 50 Cent. Her response quickly caught attention online. According to clips circulating online, she seemed confused about why the situation was escalating and hinted that some of the remarks being made might not be helping the situation. She did not use aggressive language, but her tone made it clear she felt things were being pushed further than necessary. Some observers also noticed that her message appeared focused on encouraging a calmer and more measured approach instead of adding more heat to the back and forth. Reports say the conversation grew even louder after Rick Ross appeared to weigh in, with viewers interpreting his reaction in different ways.
Yes, he was a hip-hop artist, that's how he came about, but he's not. That does not move him anymore. He has elevated to businessman status, okay? I don't know if others did that or not, but music is not where he's at anymore. So
even with all the chatter happening online, there are still no official statements confirming that Tia Kemp has any formal alignment with 50 Cent. Still, social media is moving fast, and fans are watching every response closely, trying to figure out where each public figure really stands. Every clip, every comment, and every repost is getting picked apart by viewers who are trying to connect the dots. Tia Kemp reportedly made it clear that her perspective comes from experience. Without diving too deep into past details, she referenced earlier moments in industry history to explain her point. Her message seemed to focus on one big idea: public disputes can spiral out of control very quickly, especially when social media jumps in and starts amplifying every single reaction.
With Tip dropping his new single, of course he gotta sell it. Of course he gotta sell it. So hey, here's a strategic move. Let's go at 50 to do a versus. Y'all know he ain't finna do it. You know he's not finna do it, because if he was gonna do it, he would have did it when the wave was going on, when everybody was doing the versus. I'm pretty sure he was offered during that time.
Supporters of her stance say she is simply giving practical advice based on what she has seen over the years. But critics online have another view. Some believe that her past connections to 50 Cent might shape how people interpret her words, even if that was not her intention. At the same time, King Harris's earlier remarks about 50 Cent are still circulating online and popping up in new debates. Some viewers are asking whether younger voices in the industry should approach veteran artists with a different level of respect or caution.
The man is beyond music. That's all I can say. So when these artists come out with their music and they go at 50, it's all about sales. That's all it's about. He is a true villain. He really is. He is not the person to be kept. Because I'm going to tell you something.
None of the people involved have confirmed any ongoing private conflict, but that has not stopped the conversation from spreading. And every time a new clip or repost surfaces, another wave of reactions explodes across social media. When Rick Ross's name entered the discussion, fans immediately began analyzing his reported reactions and statements. Some viewers think his involvement hinted at subtle support for one side, while others believe his comments were simply broad observations about the situation. So far, there has been no verified confirmation showing any coordinated stance between the people involved in this situation. Still, the entire moment shows just how fast a simple comment can turn into a massive online discussion.
Everything everybody doing right now, they're gonna die down. And when they think it's over, that's when they come back up, start some show. So it's not a good thing to be beefing with that. It's all fun and games right now. But when the opponent get tired, that they gonna be tired.
Tia Kemp's response, King Harris's earlier remarks, and Rick Ross's reported position have all added new layers to the story that fans are now watching very closely. Even though much of the debate is built on interpretation, the public exchange keeps gaining attention across social media. Every new clip or repost pulls more viewers into the conversation. As more footage started circulating online, Tia Kemp reportedly stood firm on her stance and hinted that public callouts can sometimes create headlines that grow way bigger than the original issue. Her message appeared to suggest that people with real experience in the industry usually learn an important lesson: knowing when to speak up and when to step back from the spotlight. That comment alone had viewers breaking down her tone and trying to read between the lines. Some online users claim she sounded protective of 50 Cent, while others argue that she was simply pushing for smarter moves instead of loud public drama.
Everything everybody doing right now, they're gonna die down. And when they think it's over, that's when they come back up, start some show. So it's not a good thing to be beefing with that. It's all fun and games right now. But when the opponent get tired, that they gonna be tired. It's gonna read the fuck surface. That's the type of person he is. He's strategic.
There are still no verified reports confirming any direct coordination between her and 50 Cent, but the timing of her response definitely grabbed attention online. Meanwhile, King Harris's earlier comments about 50 Cent continued trending across platforms, with users reposting clips, sharing reactions, and adding their own takes to the ongoing discussion. The online reaction has been completely split, showing just how divided public opinion can get when big names enter the conversation. Once Rick Ross's reported involvement came into the mix, the discussion picked up even more attention. Some social media users believed his comments sounded like subtle support for one side, while others argued that he was simply sharing general thoughts about respect and legacy in the music world.
Let Judgment tell you I'm a snitch. Let Preem tell you I'm a snitch. Just say it one time. They say these things when they want to try. Look, even for me personally, my character.
Once clips like that started resurfacing online,
there is still no official confirmation of any alliance between the people involved, but that has not stopped fans from analyzing every word, every post, and every reaction for hidden meaning. The internet has turned into a giant debate stage, with viewers trying to read between the lines of every statement. Tia Kemp's response also sparked a fresh conversation about loyalty versus perspective. Supporters say she is speaking from personal knowledge and long-term observation of the industry. Critics, however, question whether past connections might influence how her comments are being interpreted by the public. No matter which side people lean toward, the exchange has pushed the topic into a much bigger spotlight. Multiple fan bases are now reacting at the same time, which only makes the discussion grow louder across social media. Some observers say situations like this often expand not because of direct confrontation, but because the internet keeps the momentum going.
I attack my character. They'll say he a oh, this is that.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is ask him who I told on.
Paperwork.
I ain't never told on no in my life.
Yeah.
In the Prem situation, look at this case.
Kemp reportedly stressed that public disputes can quickly reshape narratives and leave lasting impressions in the industry. Her remarks seemed more focused on strategy and awareness rather than personal attacks, which some viewers described as a calculated move. Meanwhile, King Harris's name continues to pop up in the ongoing chatter. Supporters defend his right to speak his mind, while others suggest a more cautious approach when addressing veteran figures. Rick Ross's reported stance keeps adding curiosity to the situation as fans try to figure out where everyone truly stands. Since there are still no confirmed statements about any private disagreements, most of the conversation continues to live in the world of interpretation and public reaction. Recently, new clips from Kemp's live session started spreading across social media, and viewers quickly noticed her delivery. She appeared calm and collected, but there was also a firm tone in the way she spoke that caught people's attention.
It'll tell you who told on.
Right.
My name ain't in that case. If I needed protection,
Right.
You needed protection, and your protection gone. That's the truth. That's what the fuck it is.
Right.
And then, I don't take offense to it when they doing it.
During the stream, she reportedly questioned why some younger artists feel the need to publicly challenge well-established figures instead of handling disagreements in a more strategic way. People who watched the full session said she talked a lot about timing, reputation, and long-term branding. According to those viewers, she stressed that these factors can play a huge role whenever someone chooses to address conflict in the public eye. Her comments were presented as general advice, but many listeners believe the message was clearly connected to the current situation everyone has been discussing. Several entertainment blogs even pointed out how quickly alliances are assumed during situations like this. Kemp reportedly addressed that speculation directly, suggesting that people online often create full narratives without having the complete context. She appeared to stress that not every comment automatically means loyalty to one side. Instead, she explained that many opinions simply come from personal perspective and past experience. The discussion grew even more when viewers began revisiting older interviews connected to the artists involved. Those resurfaced clips brought up familiar themes like competition, respect, and media strategy.
Because I know what they're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I took offense from where it actually started. And you never see, let judgment tell you I'm a snitch. Let Prem tell you I'm a snitch. Just say it one time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because Jimmy been snitching since 1942. I'm talking yo.
Some commentators now believe the entire exchange reflects larger industry dynamics rather than just one simple disagreement. Kemp's recent remarks reportedly highlighted one key point above all else. Protecting your public image is critical, especially in an era where cameras, phones, and live streams are always rolling and ready to capture every moment. Meanwhile, King Harris's supporters argue that speaking out and sharing opinions is part of building a voice in the entertainment world. From their perspective, bold statements can help younger artists stand out and get people talking. Others see it differently, saying that calling out high-profile names can sometimes shift attention away from an artist's own projects and long-term goals. Rick Ross's reported remarks are still being interpreted in several different ways.
Everything everybody doing right now, that's gonna die down. And when they think it's over, that's when they come back up, start some.
Some listeners believe his comments hinted at support for one side, while others think he was simply making general observations about respect and legacy in the industry. As of now, there has been no official confirmation of any coordinated stance between the figures involved. A big part of the situation seems to be driven by audience reaction and the non-stop repost culture on social media. One clip gets shared, then reposted again and again, and suddenly the conversation grows far beyond the original moment. Industry commentators have also pointed out how quickly alliances are assumed during situations like this. Tia Kemp reportedly addressed that speculation directly, suggesting that people online often create full narratives without having the complete context. She appeared to stress that not every comment automatically means loyalty to one side. Instead, she explained that many opinions simply come from personal perspective and past experience.
So it's not a good thing to be beefing with that. It's all fun and games right now. But when the opponent get tired, that ain't gonna be tired. It's gonna read the surface. That's the type of person he is. He's strategic.
Even with that clarification, the debates have not slowed down. Viewers continue analyzing her wording line by line, trying to figure out exactly what she meant. At the same time, discussions about generational differences in the music industry have started gaining serious momentum. Some analysts say established artists and newer voices often approach public criticism in completely different ways, which can easily lead to misunderstandings. While there are still no official statements confirming any deeper dispute, the evolving conversation keeps audiences locked in and watching every update closely. During another moment in her live stream, Tia Kemp reportedly addressed the overall tone of the online debate itself, which added yet another layer to the discussion. During that same conversation, Tia Kemp reportedly suggested that social media often rewards bold statements, even when those comments might complicate relationships behind the scenes. According to viewers who watched the stream, she explained that public platforms are powerful tools. They can lift someone's voice and expand their reach, but they can also create tension if messages are not handled carefully. Her tone was described as calm and measured, with more focus on professionalism than personal criticism. Instead of attacking anyone directly, she seemed to be highlighting how quickly public conversations can shift once social media gets involved. That approach immediately caught the attention of viewers who were already watching the situation closely. Entertainment commentators later pointed out that the moment had already spread far beyond the original discussion. Multiple blogs, reaction channels, and social media pages began covering the topic, pushing the story to even wider audiences. Even though none of the individuals involved have released any formal press statements confirming a dispute, the steady wave of reactions keeps shaping public perception in real time. Some analysts say this moment also shows how quickly industry conversations can move away from music itself and turn toward personality dynamics. Reports indicate that Tia Kemp referenced the importance of protecting working relationships, especially in an industry where collaborations and partnerships often overlap. She appeared to stress that reputation travels fast in entertainment circles, and one viral moment can leave a lasting impression. At the same time, King Harris's name continues trending in discussions about generational confidence and independence. Supporters describe his stance as bold self-expression, while critics argue that speaking publicly about sensitive topics requires careful balance. Rick Ross's earlier reported remarks remain part of the conversation as well. Fans continue breaking down his words and trying to interpret his position, even though there has still been no confirmed joint statement from anyone involved. Observers have also pointed out how quickly fan communities can amplify a story the moment big names start appearing in the same conversation. Once that happens, the internet tends to run with the narrative at full speed. Tia Kemp reportedly acknowledged this during her discussion, explaining that once headlines begin forming, it becomes extremely difficult to control how the story continues to evolve. She appeared to stress that people in the public eye have to think about long-term impact instead of reacting in the heat of the moment. According to viewers, her message focused on awareness and strategy, reminding audiences that every public statement can shape reputation far beyond the original situation. Her comments were quickly shared across social platforms and sparked fresh debates about strategy, respect, and public image management. At the same time, digital engagement around the topic started climbing, with posts related to the situation pulling in major attention from curious viewers. The comment sections quickly became divided. Some users called for cooler heads and a calmer approach, while others encouraged open dialogue and bold opinions. Even with all the noise online, there are still no verified reports confirming any formal conflict between the people involved. Because of that, Much of the conversation continues to rely on interpretation and audience reaction.
I want to say to everyone, that I hope that that brother made it home safely. I hope that he now has a different perspective and a better sense of what to do and what not to do while you're out in the world,
In another part of the discussion, Tia Kemp reportedly talked about how fast private opinions can turn into public headlines. She warned that once something is said on camera, it can be clipped, reposted, and reframed within minutes. Viewers noted that her message seemed focused on media awareness, reminding people that viral moments do not always tell the full story. Her remarks were widely described as strategic rather than emotional, which added another interesting layer to how people interpreted her stance. Instead of sounding heated, her tone came across as calculated and controlled, and that alone sparked even more discussion online. Several entertainment pages later reported that her comments reignited debate about how artists manage public disagreements in the modern streaming era. With live streams, clips, and instant reactions everywhere, every statement can travel fast and reach millions within minutes. Even so, there have been no confirmed reports of any direct exchanges happening behind closed doors between the individuals being discussed. Still, the speculation continues trending across multiple platforms as viewers keep analyzing the situation from every possible angle. Commentators have also pointed out that this moment highlights the growing influence of live stream culture on celebrity conversations. According to reports, Tia Kemp mentioned that live broadcasts can trigger immediate reactions, leaving almost no room to revise or clarify statements once the moment spreads online. Observers believe she was hinting at the importance of thinking carefully before responding publicly, especially when cameras and live audiences are involved. Her delivery was described as firm but composed, which many viewers saw as a deliberate choice meant to keep the focus on the bigger message. Meanwhile, social media analysts noticed that engagement numbers connected to the topic have been steadily climbing. The moment recognizable names get involved, audiences tend to lock in and follow every update closely. Even though there are still no verified confirmations of any formal dispute, the visibility of the conversation keeps growing through reposts, reaction videos, and commentary threads. As the debate expanded, some industry watchers began describing the situation as a larger lesson about brand alignment, media awareness, and careful public positioning. Reports suggest that Tia Kemp pointed out how reputations in the entertainment world are built slowly over time, yet can suddenly shift because of one viral moment. According to viewers, she stressed that a single exchange online can reshape how the public sees someone almost overnight. She appeared to encourage calculated responses instead of quick, emotional reactions. Many people watching interpreted her message as practical advice about moving carefully in the spotlight. At the same time, debate panels and reaction creators across social media have jumped into the conversation, breaking down the situation from multiple angles. Some are even analyzing body language, word choice, and the timing of each statement. Despite all the breakdowns and commentary, there is still no official documentation confirming any structured disagreement between the individuals involved. Most of the discussion continues to be driven by audience interpretation and the fast-moving nature of online conversations. Across several fan forums, users began dissecting Tia Kemp's exact wording line by line. Some posters claimed her phrasing sounded like someone with inside awareness of the industry dynamics. Others pushed back on that idea, arguing that she was simply speaking from general experience after years around the business. A few discussion threads even compared her recent comments to older interviews she has done in the past. Fans noticed similar themes in the way she talks about strategy, reputation, and protecting public image. Even though those comparisons do not confirm any behind-the-scenes involvement, they have added more layers to the ongoing debate.
Part where the young guy did this little move and got knocked the right there. That does not reflect him. That reflects his camp, and he might need to go get the Dream Chasers or.
Digital communities on platforms like Reddit and X have also questioned whether the situation is being amplified more by fan reactions than by the artists themselves. Some engagement spikes reportedly followed short reposted clips rather than the full-length videos, showing just how fast small moments can explode across the internet. A lot of viewers have pointed out that short clips and quick excerpts are shaping most of the public opinion around this situation. Instead of watching full conversations, many people are reacting to short highlights that spread fast across social media. Several blog sites covering hip-hop culture reportedly noted that the moment Rick Ross's name entered the conversation, the entire tone of the discussion shifted. Some writers explain that whenever well-known figures get mentioned together, audiences quickly assume there must be rivalry, tension, or hidden alliances, even when nothing has been officially confirmed. Forum users quickly jumped into debates about whether Rick Ross's remarks were meant as a direct response or if they were simply general comments that later got pulled into the situation. The lack of clear confirmation has only made the speculation grow louder across discussion boards. Meanwhile, supporters of King Harris have been very active in comment sections, framing the moment as part of a younger generation finding its voice in the industry. From their perspective, confidence and openness are part of building identity in the spotlight. Critics in those same threads argue that timing, delivery, and strategy matter just as much as confidence when public statements involve major names. There are still no verified reports confirming any coordinated actions between the people being discussed. Even so, the steady flow of opinion pieces, blog posts, and reaction videos keeps the narrative evolving almost every day. Reaction channels across video platforms have also joined the conversation. Many creators are analyzing Tia Kemp's live stream clips closely, studying facial expressions, pauses, and tone. Some reviewers believe her calm delivery shows calculated messaging, while others think she was simply explaining her perspective in a composed way. These breakdowns have created thousands of extra comments, pushing the topic even further into online discussion. Several entertainment pages even posted polls asking viewers what they believed her remarks meant. The results appear split depending on the platform, suggesting that different fan bases may interpret the situation in completely different ways. Despite all the commentary circulating across forums and media spaces, there are still no official confirmations of any formal conflict. Because of that, interpretation continues to drive the entire conversation. On several hip-hop discussion boards, longtime users have even started bringing up past moments where public disagreements unexpectedly turned into major publicity boosts for artists involved. As the conversation kept spreading, some media watchers began focusing less on the original remarks and more on how the story itself was evolving online. Analysts pointed out that situations like this often grow because of repeated reactions rather than new information. Every repost, reaction clip, and commentary thread adds another layer, which keeps audiences coming back to see what might happen next. Several entertainment commentators have also noted that modern celebrity discussions rarely stay contained to one platform. A single live stream comment can quickly move from short clips on social media to blog articles, reaction videos, and forum debates all within the same day. Because of that cycle, even small statements can appear much bigger once they start circulating across multiple communities. Tia Kemp's earlier remarks about thinking carefully before speaking publicly have continued to be referenced in these discussions. Some observers believe her message reflects long-standing industry awareness about reputation management and media strategy. Others interpret it as a reminder that public platforms reward quick reactions, even when the full context is not always visible.
He is a true villain. He really is. He is not the person to be kept. Because I'm going to tell you something. Everything everybody doing right now, they going to die down.
Meanwhile, the broader debate around generational differences in the music industry keeps gaining attention. Some fans say younger voices are simply more comfortable sharing opinions openly online, while others argue that experienced artists tend to approach public commentary with more caution and long-term planning. Despite the intense online chatter, there are still no verified reports confirming any direct dispute between the figures being discussed. Even so, the conversation continues to trend across entertainment pages and hip-hop forums, with audiences closely watching each new clip or reaction that surfaces. Some forum members have started suggesting that the entire situation might unintentionally boost visibility for everyone whose names are involved. A few users pointed to past industry moments where heated online debates suddenly led to higher streaming numbers, more interviews, and extra media attention. They explained that in previous cases, artists ended up gaining exposure simply because people kept searching their names and replaying clips. While there is absolutely no confirmed evidence that anything like that was planned here, the idea has definitely started gaining traction in several comment sections. Other users quickly pushed back on that theory. They argued that not every trending topic is part of a strategy, and sometimes conversations just explode naturally online. In a few threads, posters even shared screenshots claiming to show temporary jumps in search traffic connected to the names being discussed. Those analytics have not been independently verified, but they still added another interesting angle to the ongoing debate. The internet quickly picked up on those screenshots, and people began discussing whether the attention was purely organic or simply a side effect of viral conversation. In several podcast recap threads, listeners also talked about how tone and delivery can shape public reaction just as much as the words themselves. Some commenters pointed out that Kemp kept a steady and composed tone during her remarks, which they interpreted as a sign of intentional restraint. Others disagreed and argued that calm delivery can still carry a powerful message underneath the surface. These different interpretations have sparked long back-and-forth exchanges across fan spaces. Entertainment bloggers have also noted that short-form clips appear to be driving most of the engagement. According to social tracking tools mentioned in online articles, condensed snippets are receiving far more reactions than full-length discussions. As the discussion continued gaining momentum, some media watchers began pointing out how quickly narratives can form when multiple personalities are mentioned in the same conversation. In many cases, a single quote or short clip becomes the centerpiece of a much larger storyline, even if the full context tells a more complex story. Online commentators have noted that the constant cycle of reposts, reactions, and commentary videos keeps the topic circulating far longer than a typical interview moment. Once clips begin trending, creators across different platforms often jump in with breakdowns, opinions, and reaction segments, which pushes the discussion even further into public view. Several social media analysts say this pattern has become common in modern entertainment coverage. Instead of one central source shaping the story, hundreds of small posts and reaction clips gradually build the narrative together. Each new interpretation adds another perspective, which keeps audiences engaged and debating the situation. Kemp's earlier emphasis on media awareness has continued to be referenced in these conversations. Some viewers believe her comments reflected a deeper understanding of how quickly public perception can shift once a moment starts spreading online. Others feel she was simply offering general insight about navigating attention in a highly connected digital environment.
And when they think it's over, that's when they come back up, start some show. So it's not a good thing to be beefing with that. It's all fun and games, right?
At the same time, King Harris's name remains active in ongoing discussions about generational confidence and public expression. Supporters argue that younger voices in the industry are more willing to speak openly, while critics suggest that experience often brings a different approach to public disagreements. Even with the steady wave of commentary and reactions, there are still no verified reports confirming any formal dispute among the individuals involved. For now, the situation continues to unfold mainly through audience interpretation, repost culture, and the non-stop rhythm of online conversation. That pattern might explain why certain phrases from the situation keep getting amplified, while the wider context sometimes gets overlooked. Across X and Instagram threads, several verified fan pages have started posting side-by-side comparisons of past interviews involving some of the artists mentioned. According to some users, those older clips show consistent themes about respect, experience, and how industry hierarchy works in the music world. Fans sharing the videos claim the message has stayed similar over the years, which is why they believe the current conversation fits into a much bigger pattern. Other commenters strongly disagree with that approach. They argue that pulling quotes from interviews recorded years apart can create misleading parallels and push narratives that were never intended. Even so, those comparison posts have encouraged deeper analysis among followers who are carefully reviewing every clip being shared online. A few digital culture commentators have also suggested that generational shifts in communication style might be playing a role here. Their view is that younger personalities often lean into bold online expression, while veteran figures sometimes prefer more measured responses when speaking publicly. This idea has gained traction in several forum polls where voters appear split. Some participants believe the current exchange reflects a real disagreement, while others think it simply shows different approaches to public commentary. Meanwhile, a Reddit thread inside a popular hip-hop community started trending after users began mapping out a full timeline of events. Posters laid out when the original comments were made, when Kemp responded, and when Rick Ross's name first entered the discussion. Several users argued that seeing everything organized in chronological order actually makes the situation look far less explosive than the fast-moving reactions on social media might suggest. Even with those timeline breakdowns circulating, some users insisted that the timing of everything still feels intentional. Others quickly pushed back, saying there is no clear proof of any planned coordination between the people involved. None of the timeline posts actually confirm coordinated moves, but the detailed breakdowns have received thousands of upvotes and sparked long debate threads across Reddit. The more people study the timeline, the more opinions begin to appear. Several Reddit users also pointed out how quickly reaction pages repost short, selective moments instead of sharing the full explanations. That observation opened up a new conversation about how editing and clip culture can shape public perception within just a few hours. Over on X, the trending tab briefly featured keywords connected to the situation, with users posting quick reactions and rapid-fire discussion threads. Some verified accounts commented that this type of discourse reflects a larger pattern in entertainment media, where commentary spreads much faster than clarification ever can. Screenshots claiming to show engagement spikes began circulating online shortly after short clips started spreading. While those images have not been officially confirmed, they still fueled speculation about how algorithms tend to amplify conversations driven by controversy and debate. Other users on the platform argued that the entire moment highlights the power of audience interpretation. Some listeners believe Kemp's comments were simply practical advice based on experience. Others think there may be deeper meaning hidden in the way she phrased certain points. That split reaction continues to drive reposts, quote threads, and endless discussions across social media. In several independent entertainment forums, moderators even stepped in to remind participants to separate personal opinions from verified information. As the debate grew more intense, some participants began studying body language from live stream clips, while others focused strictly on written transcripts to analyze exactly what was said. As the conversation keeps circulating, some media observers have started focusing on how quickly digital communities build entire narratives from just a few moments of footage. Once a clip begins trending, different audiences often interpret the same words in completely different ways, which can make the story feel bigger with every repost. Several online commentators have pointed out that this pattern is becoming common in modern entertainment coverage. Instead of waiting for full interviews or official statements, audiences often react instantly to short highlights, reaction videos, and screenshots shared across multiple platforms. Because of that fast cycle, even small remarks can end up traveling through blogs, forums, and feeds within hours. Each new reaction adds another interpretation, which keeps the topic active long after the original moment happened. Kemp's earlier emphasis on thinking carefully before speaking publicly has continued to resurface in these discussions. Some viewers believe her message was centered on long-term reputation and media awareness. Others interpret her words as a broader reminder about how quickly viral moments can shape public perception. Meanwhile, conversation around King Harris remains tied to wider debates about generational expression in the music industry. Supporters say younger artists today are more open and outspoken online, while critics argue that navigating public commentary requires careful timing and strategy. Rick Ross's reported remarks also remain part of the ongoing speculation, with fans continuing to analyze whether his words were directed at the situation or simply general reflections about the industry. Even with all the theories and commentary circulating, there are still no verified reports confirming any formal dispute. For now, the story continues to grow mainly through audience reactions, repost culture, and the constant rhythm of online discussion across hip-hop communities. A few forum members even created polls asking whether Rick Ross's reported remarks were meant as direct commentary or simply broad observations about the industry. The results came out almost perfectly split, showing just how divided the audience really is. Some voters believe his words were aimed straight at the situation, while others think people may be reading too much into it. Meanwhile, digital culture bloggers have started referencing these forum discussions and recap articles. They pointed out how grassroots conversations inside online communities can sometimes shape the bigger media narrative, even when there are no confirmed reports of any formal dispute. The steady wave of user-generated analysis keeps pushing the topic across platforms. Reaction threads, reposted clips, and comment debates continue spreading through Reddit and entertainment pages. And now many of those discussions are shifting toward one big question: what happens next? Some users believe the conversation will fade away as quickly as it started. Others think that if another response appears from any of the names involved, the entire debate could spark up again overnight. A few entertainment commentators have also suggested that the silence from the main figures might actually be intentional. According to that view, stepping back can sometimes allow public interest to cool down instead of adding more fuel to the conversation. Right now, there are still no verified reports confirming any formal dispute. Even so, the constant stream of reactions and commentary keeps the story alive online. At this stage, the situation seems to be driven more by interpretation and audience speculation than confirmed facts. So what do you think about all of this? Was Tia Kemp offering genuine advice, or do you think her history made the message land differently? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy breakdowns and updates like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who follows hip-hop news. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss the next update.